Okay.
Hello, folks. It's the Podsquad with Kathy Morrison, Wendy Card, and yours truly, Colleen Roberts. Welcome and thank you for joining us. This is New Bern Now's podcast for May 20th, 2021. I can't believe it's almost June. This is actually episode 185.
Yay. And we're connecting you with people, places, and happenings in New Bern and surrounding areas. And we really would like you to join the conversation. All you have to do is comment on this live stream on New Bern Now's Facebook page. And we'd like to know what you think. So that's how we learn about each other and our community at large. So type on in there.
And we start each show after our introductions with a contest, and Wendy Card usually takes it away. So you told us that today's contest is long, so we need to pay attention, right?
Yes. Okay. It's not real long, but it's long enough. Okay. Where can you find a large collection of books, like North Carolina books, about legends, tall tales, ghost stories, weather wisdom, and much more. So other interesting books. Where can you find that? I'm going to say locally.
Okay.
It's probably easy, but it may not be.
There's also a message, Wendy, in the chat that you might want to look at. They can hear and see us, but can't join. Is that because you haven't invited them to join yet?
I have not, but I do. Oh.
That's fine. We can wait.
Okay.
We usually talk about life in general. Kathy, how's it going?
Going real good. Going real good. I'm working. The Historical Society is working on gathering up folks to do the History Quest. The New Bern History Quest is coming up on June 5th. And, you know, we need a City Hall team. I mean, I think Colleen needs to gather a team. Can be anywhere between 2 and 6 people. And the History Quest is a real fun kind of history scavenger hunt where you follow clues and it leads you out to places in and around New Bern and you pick up tidbits of information and bring them back. It's not a race, it's not time. So take your time, have a good time, decipher the clues, follow the puzzles, and gather the information and come on back. It's a new program for the New Bern Historical Society. It's June 5th. It starts and ends at the battlefield. So you go out to the battlefield, pick up your clues, head out into the foray and do the quest. And then come back to the battlefield by 4 o'clock. And everybody who gets all the answers right will go into a hat and we'll pull names for prizes. We have 5 really neat baskets of prizes, all of them worth well over $200.
Wow.
So, you know, restaurant certificates, coffee, olive oil, toys for the kids, good stuff. So anyway, so we'd like you all to you know, get your team together. Doesn't have to be 6 people, but we can be up to 6 people who fits in a vehicle, you know, not a school bus, a vehicle. And gather your folks together and then sign up. Go to newbernhistorical.org/quest. And there'll be a place there for you to sign up. It's $20 for the whole carload of people. So it's $20 a car. And it's, you know, it really is going to be a fun, you know, a fun day, a fun afternoon. At the end, we'll have bubbles and popcorn and, you know, nonsense and fun. So we invite you all to come.
I think it's fantastic. And I challenge City Hall and the New Bern Chamber of Commerce, the Havelock Chamber, all of those businesses out there and agencies and individuals and clubs. Maybe you're in a knitting club. New Bern Now is going to get a team together. So let's have fun. This could be a really fun thing. Your neighborhood. Kathy, you and Mickey and everyone at the Historical Society, you really come up with some really fun and interesting ways to bring history to life. Is that your tagline?
Yeah, we bring history to life, and we're having a real good time. Claudia Houston has put together a crew who have written all these clues, and they're having a good time doing it. trying to make it something that'll lead you somewhere interesting, but it'll be fun in the process.
And
So
she's a riot.
Fun is the aim here.
Yeah, and if you want fun, you need Claudia.
Yep.
You need her. Yeah. So.
Well, speaking of quests and historical, we are getting ready to start production of a video about our historic cemeteries.
Your sound is a little bit off. Do you have a different?
Let me change my source.
That's
okay. Now I hear you.
I only have options.
Now the other one is better. Sorry, folks. Can
you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay. I switched back to the one I was on, so hopefully this will work better. Anyway, we're about to produce a video about our historic cemeteries. So I'll be working with Ethel Staten, and I forgotten the other lady's name. I knew I would do that to talk about some of the notable New Bernians that are buried in cemeteries. Really looking forward to getting out and around, working with Parks and Rec to make sure that the day we go over there to shoot, the cemeteries are in tip-top shape and everything is looking good. And I just think that's really going to be neat. It gives us an opportunity to, like the Historical Society, tell stories of old. May have happened or events that people may have been involved in or maybe invented popular effervescent drinks. I don't know, things like that. So that's on the horizon.
And Colleen, there's static. I don't know what it is. Is your volume? I don't know what's going on here with the sound.
It's better when you lean closer in. Yeah.
There you go.
Are you telling me you need
there? Yes. There we go. We're good. You got to lean in.
Yes, Mr. DeMille, we're ready.
That's right. If you see Foster Hughes walking around the city of New Bern, congratulate him for taking the interim city manager position. He is busy as a bee. So he is also, for folks who don't know, he is also the director of Parks and Recreation. So, it's the summertime and we're working on the summer concert series. And so he has his hands full, even with Parks and Rec. And so now he will be taking the helm of the city, appointed by the board of Aldermen as our interim city manager. So wish him well and welcome him to City Hall. We have all these renovations I've been telling you guys about that are going on at City Hall. We're getting new paint, new carpet. We're upgrading our audio-visual components upstairs in the courtroom. Those renovations are almost complete. Carpet will be installed next week. They're finishing the painting this week. And then we're going to run a bunch of new cables underneath the floor for our audio-visual equipment and get the pews and the partition and all that kind of stuff back in place and hopefully be able to show the courtroom to everybody in the next several weeks. So, but it's been a dusty, plaster mess at City Hall for a little while.
Is the elevator done?
The elevator hasn't even started yet.
Oh. Wow.
Kathy was stirring it up, isn't she?
No, I thought, all the stuff is done. That means the elevator. Oh, cool.
The elevator, like the last update I got on the elevator is we are working with the architect on design. So we'll have to go through Historic Preservation Commission first, but we do expect that construction will start before the end of the year.
All right. I mean, that is not just a paint job. That's a huge renovation.
It is. And considering next month, we're halfway through the year, they really don't have too much time to get started. But construction will start according to the Public Works. We'll start by the end of the year. So exciting stuff, lots of changes in the downtown streetscape.
All right.
So.
It sounds great. And I don't know how Foster Hughes is doing it because, I mean, he's all the stuff that's going on. I mean, I don't know how he's managing, but he's doing a fantastic job. So,
yes, he is.
Yeah, and you are too, Colleen.
Oh, aren't you
Kathy?
Come on. We were talking just before the podcast started.
you go. Yeah, I don't know what, it sounds staticky in the background.
Okay.
But
we'll try to follow along and also announce that as they post on social media. So we'll get to share with our audience what is going on at our shops today. Don't mind me with the big face.
Top secret. Can't wait to hear the announcement. It's going to be, we could start rumors right now. But that would be misinformation, and that's not what we do. So
it is not.
Yeah. Let's see. And we have two really special guests today, so I'm pretty excited.
Yes, one of them I have gotten to know in the last couple of months, and I'm very excited for their debut on New Bern Now.
All right. Do you think he's ready to come in?
I think he's ready for anything.
Are you ready, Chief?
While he's getting signed in, Chief Patrick Gallagher took over the helm at the New Bern Police Department a couple of months ago after the retiring Chief Summers. And he accepted an invitation to come on to New Bern Now today and talk to us. Hey, Chief.
Hey, guys.
How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Wow, this is fantastic. Wow. Yeah. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Well, it's a pleasure for me to be here.
Chief Gallagher has decades of experience in law enforcement. He came to New Bern from the Virginia Beach area. He has over 30 years experience in law enforcement. He started with the United States Army Military Police Corps and was chosen amongst a pool of many, many talented candidates to come here. The first thing I really liked about him is I was putting together the press release announcing his arrival, and every time I had a question and I texted him or emailed him, he was on it just like this. So I said, this guy's pretty responsive. So,
Calling you.
How's it going?
It's going great. Today marks my second month of being the chief here in New Bern, and it has been an exciting 2 months. I rave to people back home in Virginia Beach. Well, let me restate that. I tell people at my old home, because New Bern is now my home, about what a great place this town is in this region, and how blessed I feel to work for such a great organization. I'm sorry to see my former city manager go, but I agree with some of the comments earlier about Foster. I don't know how he does it. He has to run a city, and he has to run a Parks and Rec division. And my hat's off to him, and I told him whatever I could do to help him. But I'm here to serve, and I have a great team around me, to include the honorary police officer Colleen, who I came in and I said, I would say, hey, can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? And then I thought to myself, Pat, she doesn't work for you. And she has just every time I've asked her to do something, she's come through, and she's hitting grand slams for the department and the things that we're trying to do. So, Colleen, thank you. And I'm not just saying that because you're here. It's the truth.
I really enjoy it. I enjoy your level of communication and keeping me informed of things that are going on around the city. And speaking of like some of the new opportunities you've had, this morning you spoke to the Leadership Craven class, right?
Yes, I did. I was so excited for this reason. Back in Virginia Beach, the Chamber of Commerce there ran a program called Lead Hampton Roads. And it was one of the most coveted training programs in the region. It constituted 17 cities from as far west as Suffolk, Chesapeake, Virginia Beach, all the way up to Williamsburg. And it took 15 years before I could finally get a spot on that in that program. I learned so much. And then when I was asked to speak at this group, I learned it really is the New Bern version of that which I went through, and the values of having that interconnectivity between regional, public, private, faith-based, nonprofit entities in our city, and how we can leverage that for the betterment of all of our community. So great people. Get a chance to meet with them, and we joked a little bit about sweet tea, and I'm here to tell you, you ask for sweet tea in New Bern, you're getting sweet tea. And so great people. I thoroughly enjoyed meeting with them.
I got a question. Chief, do you like sweet tea or not sweet tea?
Yes. So I am in the sweet tea camp. Now, I am the love of my life. The woman who gave me 2 children, she is the opposite. She's an unsweet tea lady. She does not like sweet tea, and she'll tolerate it if the wait staff accidentally gives her sweet tea. Well, that happened here. And she couldn't do it. She said, nope, gotta send it back. But
too sweet.
Opposite back, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, Chief, I promised you no tough questions, but I do want to give you the opportunity to talk about your philosophy in policing. I know you have such broad-based experience in crisis response. Unfortunately, the Virginia Beach shooting that I've heard you talk about before. You've worked in special operations. You understand accreditation thoroughly, and I could go on and on. When I work with you, you talk about your commitment and the importance of serving the community, and you really want to build those partnerships. So I've touched on a lot of things, but now you talk about what you bring to New Bern and your philosophy on community policing.
Yes, thank you for the opportunity. And I always fear that if I'm asked a broad question, and my philosophy on modern policing is such a broad response, because there's no one single way to describe my philosophy other than to say this. A progressive policing involves more than the entity of government. It requires a partnership with the community in which we serve. The foundation of what we do is the Constitution of the United States and the laws of North Carolina. That's simple. And we used to, as a profession, judge our success by the absence of crime. And that served us until we realized it wasn't enough. The absence of crime is good, but the presence of justice is equally important within our community. What does that mean? It means that all people, and I didn't say citizens, I said people, feel the presence of justice. And that speaks to the foundations of what I talked about. I am a history nerd, and I admit that. And I am thoroughly immersing myself in the history of New Bern. But the founding fathers of our country left, they were treasonous to the rule of English law by saying we're not going to have this anymore. And so when they crafted the Declaration of Independence and later the Constitution, there was a foundational principle. Now, the sad reality in our history is that American policing did not treat all people equally as it was supposed to. So we have challenges today. And I tell the young men and women of the people that work for me and the people I work with, and I tell them, unfortunately, you bring with you every time you answer a call for service a legacy that for some, whether you're African American, Hispanic, LGBTQ, homeless, if you suffer from some type of mental illness or addiction. There are many different things that happen, and American policing does not necessarily have the best history. And I tell them, understand where you've come from in terms of your profession, but know this, you are a professional, be professional, and engage your community in a way that you would want somebody that you love to be engaged with. Sometimes we call it the golden rule. I know what the platinum rule is. But policing is not that difficult with respect to how we engage our community. It's about relationships. You build relationships and you work from there. There are so many things I could talk about. Some of the projects that we have. I spend a lot of time in Duffyfield and Craven Terrace because I believe that as the leader of this agency, I am the head cheerleader, and I need to be in those communities to help speak about police transparency, procedural justice, be the image I want my officers to be, and just have communications and dialogues and understanding what the community wants and try to strategize how best to deliver those services.
One of the other projects we're working on is putting all of your policies on the website. How is that beneficial to the community?
Well, it's about transparency. What I want the people we serve to know what the policies of our officers are, so that if they engage in one of our officers or one of our employees and they feel as if potentially our officers treated them outside of what they believe is good policing, that they should have the ability to go online and see exactly what our rules of engagement are, what our policies are. That type of transparency is critically important. We should not hide those. And here's another, a reality for police chiefs and sheriffs all over the state and the country. Your policies are public documents. They are subject to FOIA anyway. Why do we force our citizens to have to come to us and seek out a FOIA request for a document that they should just freely have? Let's just face front all of those.
Yeah, no need to make it harder for the citizen to find, read, document one of our policies.
Right, 100%.
I want to switch gears a little bit to help people get to know you as a person.
Thank you.
So when you're not leading the agency, you're a college football fan, right?
I am a huge college football fan and professional. I'm sorry for all the ECU fans out there. I hope to be an ECU fan, but there we go. I live and breathe ODU Monarchs and the Minnesota Vikings. Unfortunately, we have not had a lot of success, so there you are. But I married, by the way, the right woman, who is probably a bigger ODU Monarch fan than I am. We love the Monarchs, but hey, let me say this. I had a chance to drive out to Greenville to meet with the chief, and I drive right past the ECU football stadium. And I said to myself, I'm going to be spending a lot of Saturdays right here in this stadium. It's exciting.
Can I ask something? So sure. ODU is Old Dominion University, right?
Yes, Old Dominion University in Norfolk, Virginia.
And I have no idea how you managed up there in that. I spent a little bit of time up in Dam Neck and Norfolk and that. Mm-hmm. And just to be the deputy, you're the deputy chief up there, right?
Yes, I was. And,
wow. Your police force must have been humongous.
It was, and now it wasn't Metro DC, Philadelphia, New York, LA big, but we were the largest city police force in the Commonwealth of Virginia. We had $100 million budget. Sorry about that. We had $100 million budget. but we had 1,200 employees, 336 square miles to police. So resources did become a little bit thinned out. But I'll always say this, Wendy, but thank you for bringing that up. Bigger is not always better. And the things that are going on here in New Bern, and by the way, Colleen mentioned that we are accredited through CALEA. And I really wish I could contextualize that for the listeners, what exactly that means. Please know this, not every police department is accredited. That is a fact. Every police department has to match state standards, but that's not the same as accreditation. CALEA, which is the accreditation body, and oh, by the way, we should be very proud of the fact that our fire department will be accredited as well. And we're extremely proud of what they've been able to accomplish. But let me brag a little bit about the police department. They have been accredited. They're a flagship agency, which means they've successfully completed 5 accreditation cycles. Each one is 3 years. Assessors from outside of the agency. In fact, in order to be an assessor to assess a North Carolina agency, they have to be outside of the state. And they come in and they are thorough in reviewing all of our policies and our practice and our business model to make sure that we meet all 490 standards for each of our accreditation years. And we've been extremely successful. And I tell people all the time, I would never send my child to a college that wasn't accredited. I wouldn't go to a dentist that's not accredited. And by the same token, your police department and your officers that are coming when you dial 911 are coming from an agency that has proven through accreditation that they meet the highest standards established in this country.
May I ask a quick question?
Sure.
First, welcome. Welcome to New Bern. We're pleased, very just ecstatic to have you here. And I do want to invite you to the New Bern Historical Society. There's a plug.
Okay.
If you're a history nerd, we want you. So
okay.
Come visit the Historical Society and out to the battlefield. Just kind of just off the top of the head question. Are we going to, now that that we're backing off of some of the COVID restrictions, are we going to see Coffee with a Cop come back at some of the restaurants and coffee houses?
I sincerely hope so. Coffee with a Cop is one of many different programs out there. It's well known, and police departments have embraced it, and communities have embraced it equally as much as the neighborhood night out and other events. Anytime we can, or anytime I, as the chief or the sheriff, can put our staff in front of citizens during a non-stressful situation, the better. These are forming relationships. And oftentimes what we find is we're able to break down misperceptions about policies and training or what it's like to be a police officer. And these are just great opportunities. But let me also say this, and I don't want to miss this opportunity. There have been numerous times that I have tried to buy a cup of coffee and somebody has jumped in line and said, no, I'm going to buy that for him. And although I thank citizens and I said, you know, I make a lot of money, let me buy my own coffee, they just refuse. And most of them do not know that I'm the chief. They just, and these are people of color, and these are well-to-do people, and people maybe not so much. But they want to thank their local police department, and that's one of the reasons why I just love New Bern.
Chief, you have you are an ambassador for our parking folks, because you came here before you were chief and had a really good experience downtown with our new parking.
Yes, thank you. So let me tell you the story. So I know I need to edit this a little bit, but I don't know how to do anything short. I always ramble.
We love it.
But I'm sitting in my recliner watching my TV, and my wife sitting in her recliner to the left of me, and she looks at me and she says, "Hey, what do you know about New Bern?" And I said, North Carolina? And she said, yeah. And I said, oh, not much. Why? She said, they're looking for a chief of police. So let me fast forward. We decide, let's drive down to New Bern. Let's kick the tires. Let's see what it's like. And if it turns out to be a dumpster fire and a hot mess, we'll get back in our car and we'll go back to Virginia Beach. Well, we showed up here last year. I think it was September, October. It was just before Mumfest. I was a little bit confused about the parking. I probably shouldn't, but I was I'd never been in the city. And I saw a woman who was clearly in charge of the parking enforcement. And so I told my wife, I'm going to ask the question. I want to be educated. And so I asked her about the parking, and she could not have been nicer. She explained the parking, and she told me what my alternatives were. And then my wife walked up and was asking about all the mums that seemed to be everywhere. And then she's just started telling us about Mum Festival and all the things that are going on. And she was just about as friendly a person as I have ever met. And so when we walked away and we started walking around, and I found out about Pepsi, by the way, and all the other great places. And my wife said, "Do you think she worked for the police department?" And I said, "Honey, I think she did." Then we went to a local restaurant, and so many great restaurants. I won't tell you which one it is, but it rhymes with Morgan's. And we went in, and the meal was amazing. And we're foodies. And, if I go some, I'm like a stray cat. If I like the meal, I'm coming back. And so we drove home and we talked about, yeah, we could live in a place like this. The people were friendly. The police staff couldn't have, right, unbelievable. And so then I started to think, oh, this is a hidden gem. Everybody's got to know about New Bern. I'm facing stiff competition if I even make it to the next stage. And I thank God that He has blessed me with this opportunity, because unbelievable. Oh, and that woman that I talked about, her name is Carla, and she still works here, and I thank her every time I see her. If I went to Morgan's and that food was awful and she was not a nice person, maybe I'm not here to this day.
Well, we're sure glad that you are here.
Thank you.
Yes, we are.
That was the next thing I was going to ask him, was about restaurant. He's getting to know the restaurants and trying all the wonderful places around here. So
I can't get a bad meal in this town. I've yet to go anywhere where I didn't want to come back.
Can I ask you, okay, one, it's not a hardball question. Have you been in the Croatan?
Have I been in the Croatan?
Yeah.
Croatan National Forest.
No.
Wendy will take you.
That is
okay.
The hidden gem of Eastern North Carolina. It's incredible. It's the largest population of carnivorous plants. It's awesome.
I assume you have walking paths through there?
There's walking paths. You can backpack and camp in the forest at no cost.
Wendy, you're going to have to show me, because my wife and I love to do, if we can take a Saturday or a Sunday and spend 2 or 3 hours walking through there, that's great. I'm glad you mentioned they had the largest, or what did you say, the largest variety of plants?
Carnivorous plants, like Venus flytraps.
Right, you didn't say the largest collection of snakes and things that eat, right? I mean,
they'll leave you alone.
Right.
I pitched a tent in the Croatan many times. I probably spent over 365 days in the overnight in the Croatan. Okay. And I've had a bear, I thought it was a raccoon, but it was pushing against the top of the pup tent. And I'm like, okay, that's not a raccoon. And he must have been just rolling his back on there. But I'm like, hey bear, hey, you're supposed to yell,
Uh-huh.
And he took, I unzipped the thing and he was gone. I'm like, what the heck? So the next morning I wake up and you see the claw marks on the tree. So they're more afraid of you than you are of them.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
You're my hero, Wendy.
Yeah, no, it's fun. It's fun. You'll learn to love it.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'll also send you out to Battlefield Park down there too.
Yes.
Yes,
it's gorgeous.
I have seen that, and I do plan on going. I spent several days in Gettysburg, and you can't do that in a day. And I've been to Bull Run, Petersburg. I've been to several of the Civil War battlefields. There's a lot of history there. I'm looking forward to going out to the local battlefield.
It's got a self-guided tour, but also give us a call at the Historical Society and we'll arrange for a guide to take you through and tell you all about it.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, and it's for nature lovers and history nerds. So it's for bring the whole family.
Right.
And and they do such a wonderful job as far as the manicured paths, and it's just gorgeous out there. So yeah.
Outstanding.
Well, Chief, I know you're super busy, but thanks for coming on the show and talking to us a little bit about yourself. And you have lots to discover in New Bern, so it's time to let you go discover.
Yeah, and always know that you can come back anytime if you got a message to get out to the citizens or anything. Well, Colleen would contact us, but you're welcome anytime. And we're so thankful that you and your family chose New Bern. So
well, thank you. And let me say, if you ever need a filler and somebody dropped out, call me. We could talk about anything that you want to talk about. And one of the things I want people to know is when you see me, I may look like an introvert, but I'm not. I'm approachable. I'll talk about anything. And I understand my wife's a big fan of Mr. Sparks, and he could be in the table next to us and we wouldn't say a thing to him, but we're not that kind of a fan. But what a great place New Bern is, and I look forward to learning more, and I'm looking forward to meeting more friends. And oh, by the way, anyone out there that owns one of those boats that I see when I look out, and you want a friend, I'm you guys, because the best boat a person can have is his friend's boat. So I have room for a friend who owns a boat, and I'm your guy, and I will be the first mate, and no problem. Shameless plug on my part, right?
Does a new canoe work? NU canoe. It's like you could sit in the center of it. It's like a kayak or canoe. It's hard. It's untippable, and two people can be in it, or you can be in it alone.
Well, let me say it like this. I aim a little higher than that, but I will be your friend. I might not go in your boat, but I will be your friend. I'm looking for the one that has, where you can walk downstairs and it has like a full bathroom, and that's
more horsepower than just a canoe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
To have air conditioning in the summer, a nice place to sleep.
Exactly.
And the snakes aren't going to fall down from the trees, or the alligators aren't going to come up and...
Right. Next time we have a chance to talk, I want to talk about my experience in basic training with snakes, and you'll understand why I fear them so much. But that's for another time.
Well, give me a call if they're at your house, and I'll come out and take care of them. So.
All right, Wendy. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Chief.
Bye-bye, guys.
Awesome.
Bye.
Thank you. Take
Bye-bye.
care. That was so much fun. Wow. He's a great guy.
We are really lucky to have such a good fellow.
He is so friendly, and as he said, so approachable. He will talk to anyone about anything. I'm really glad that we got him as well. We are lucky, very lucky. And thank you, Virginia Beach PD, for letting us have him.
Yeah. And, for some reason, he reminds me of Foster Hughes. His personality is just so, he's just very, I don't know, real
not just his haircut.
What?
Oh, it could be his haircut. It could be his haircut too. I didn't even think about that. It's his personality.
Well,
I don't
maybe
know.
maybe we can have Foster dress up as the chief for Halloween.
And the chief dress up like Foster. That would be fun. That would be
The
fun.
real chief, yes.
And see who notices.
Yeah. All right. Well, oh my gosh, is Denise Wakeman in the waiting room?
I think you probably need to say your question again, though.
Yeah, we need to do the question real quick. Okay.
Contest.
The trivia contest for today. Answer, comment in our live stream. And the question is, where can you find a large collection of North Carolina books about legends, tall tales, ghost stories, weather wisdom, and so much more? And the hint is it's local. You may know it, but you may not. So you gotta, if you answer correctly, you will win a gift certificate for a local business. And if there's more people that answer the correct answer, then we'll draw out of a hat. And in the meantime, are we ready, Denise?
We are ready.
Let's see.
A couple of quick shout outs. Laura Johnson, happy to see Colleen, Kathy, great to see Chief Gallagher. And then Bobby Waters, it's so good to see you. She says, I'm impressed with our new chief and thank you for the introduction. So yeah, I can't wait till some of the, COVID restrictions and things go away and he can really get out and speak with and meet the community. So, and Denise is coming in, I see.
Wow. Wow, holy cow.
Hi.
Wow. It's been 10 years since I've seen you. Oh my gosh, Denise Wakeman. She is, you're my hero. So, yeah.
I love your police chief. Yeah. I've been listening to the last 10 minutes or so. I want to move to New Bern.
Come on. You're welcome anytime. And before we get started,
good to see you, Wendy.
It's you look wonderful as always. But wow, I'm very thrilled that you're here today with us. And if you're listening or watching and you don't know who Denise Wakeman is, she's been an online visibility guru for over 20 years. You were the founder of the Podsquad, Adventures in Visibility. You also the Trailblazers. I can't remember the name. The
Marketing Trailblazers.
There you go. Marketing Trailblazers
community. Yeah.
Yeah. So and people can join that community, right?
They can.
Yeah.
We'd love to have them.
Yeah, and you're out in California, and we're just thrilled to have you. So
thank you so much. I appreciate the invitation.
Yeah. So when are you moving to New Bern?
Well, I like the chief's process there. Like, go hang out, see what it's like. If it's a hot mess, leave. But it doesn't sound like it's a hot mess, so I might end up staying. First, I have to go hiking in the Croatan though with you, Wendy.
With snakes and bears and raccoons and biting insects.
Denise can handle it. She's been to Machu Picchu. What is that?
Machu Picchu. Yeah. I've trekked in Peru a few times, and in India and Himalayas, in Nepal. So
wow,
I think I can handle the Croatan.
Yeah. You're a globe trekker. Yeah, big time. So
we understand that you're responsible for all of these great things that Wendy is doing here. And Wendy has a whole list of things she's managed in the last 10 years.
Well, I'd say I might, have been responsible at the very beginning, but she's taken off and implemented some amazing things. I've been watching.
Well, I honestly, I would have, if it wasn't for you, when I first, before I met Denise, I was following everything that you did, that you recommended for people. You were giving free tips and tricks. So I would implement them here and there, and every single thing I did, it worked. So, I mean, Denise is the real deal. And so I signed up for a 6-month mentorship program, and every single thing every assignment you gave me, and as long as people follow the assignment, they'll be successful, and it just blew up and grew, but you really helped me lasso that monster, and you do that every day with your clients, right?
That's the idea. That's the idea. The key is, as you said, is taking action and doing the work. I mean, I can talk all day long, but if somebody doesn't do it, then it won't work. So, that's the, beautiful thing about, watching your progress, Wendy, is that, you're just out there doing it, and you just take the next step and the next step and the next step. And here we are, on Zoom with a video podcast.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
yeah.
Tell for the folks who do not know you, tell us a little bit about what you do. I hear marketing trailblazers, I hear online visibility. Take us back to how it all started and what your services encompass.
Oh my, well, how it all started is a very long story, but essentially I was with my then husband in rural Canada, although I'm from Los Angeles, and we wanted to start a business, and that was in 1996. And where we were, there weren't very many people, so we realized that we were going to need the internet, even though it was still very new. Hardly anybody even had an email account at that time. And, I just knew that I had to teach myself everything I possibly could about how to use the internet to reach people. And that's what I did. We built a 6-figure business coaching practice, within a few years. And then I came back to LA without the husband, and started working on my, I started my own business as a consultant and helping people implement digital marketing. And that was before there were blogs and before there was social media, and it was mostly websites, and pretty simple websites. They're much more complex now, as you probably know, Wendy. Before podcasting, before all of that stuff. So I work primarily as a consultant and done with you implementer, because I feel that people need to know how things work for themselves. Mostly I work with small businesses, solo business owners, and small nonprofits to help them build their presence on the web. So that's all encompassing. I look at a holistic picture. So the email marketing, that's really critical. It's the website, the social media, and look at what they want to achieve, and then create a system for them to get where they need to go. So it's a little bit different than when Wendy and I worked together, because there wasn't as much available for getting your message out. And as that changes on a weekly basis, if not daily, now I'm like, okay, pick your platforms. You don't need to be every single place, but pick it, be consistent, and engage with people. I mean, that's really what it comes down to, but there are foundational pieces too. So
how did COVID affect your business, if at all?
It did affect my business in that people sort of pulled back. A lot of business owners pulled back from investing in consulting or mentoring, that kind of thing, to some degree, not completely. It definitely accelerated the whole, remote video thing. And, when people were saying, hey, have you ever used Zoom? I'm like, yeah, for about 7 years now. But, that there was definitely, it didn't stop. My business didn't stop, but it changed more to outreach and community building, and I just continued, putting stuff out there. And then like end of last year, everything just sort of exploded again. So there's a lot of people who reassessed what they were doing in the small business community, and whether it's a bricks and mortar or online business, a lot of people are taking a look at, do I want to be doing this anymore? Or do I want to try something new? I want to get out of the corporate workforce and do my own thing. I'm working with a lot of people who are starting up new ventures right now. So it's kind of opened up a lot of doors, closed a few doors. It's all good.
That was one of the reasons I asked you that. A lot of people did, completely switch gears. Let me pull back from what I'm doing, get a new education in something I've always been interested in, and then, teach me or spend time with me, showing me how to, increase my outreach, my PR, bring my
exactly
to the table. A lot of people did that, I think, when they were stuck at home. You couldn't do anything.
Exactly. They were thinking, like, what do I want to do? Where am I? And what I've noticed is more people who want to get their message out in one way or another. So they may be an expert in something. They've been working in a career for years and years and years, but they want to either start a side gig, a lot of side gigs starting, or a new business or an additional business that's more than a side gig. But they may not know all the pieces that are really necessary in this day and age for connecting with people out there. What do you need to get started? Why do you need those things? Who are they that you're going to be connecting with? So it's always different. And everybody brings something different to the table, which is, I guess, why I like it so much still after all these years.
Yeah.
Every day is different.
It is. And I have a question.
Absolutely.
So 10 years ago, you recommended, Wendy, you need a website, because back then I had a blog, and I typed a website with HTML and CSS. So it was like a static website. And then we finally merged into WordPress. But you said you have to have, that's like your home base, and then and then social media, email, all that is an extension, podcasts. Is that still your philosophy?
That is 100% still my philosophy. You need to have a place to send people that you're meeting out in the world. So whether it's meeting them face to face, or you're meeting them on Facebook or Twitter or wherever you're doing it, if you have a podcast and you're reaching people in an auditory or visual way with video, there needs to be a place to send people, and that home base is yours. That doesn't belong to Facebook, and it doesn't belong to Twitter, and it doesn't belong to anybody else but you. As long as you're paying your hosting fees, that's your home. And it's really where people can go deeper, take a deeper dive with you. So posting a nice picture and a quote on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, that's great. That gives people a sense of who you are. It helps you connect. But then eventually you got to take them home, and have coffee with them at home, or, have dinner. It's like, you don't have to go further than that if you don't want to. But that's where you can start sending them down the links, the link trail to learn more about you. Send them to a more detailed about page. Ask them to sign up for a newsletter, or to subscribe to your podcast, or to your video, your YouTube channel, whatever it is that you're doing. But if you're only relying on those social sites, those social platforms, you're on rented land, and they can close you down and kick you out without any hesitation. So, and you may not even know why. So I know this has happened to lots of people. So definitely start there. Email is the second foundational piece, though, too, after the website.
Well, that's a great point, because I know there's a lot of businesses, specifically in New Bern, I'm sure around the world, that are only on Facebook or only on, LinkedIn or something. And they don't realize that those photos that they uploaded, if they didn't save them, they're gone forever. And
yep.
I just, I try to tell people that, but they get tired of hearing me talk. So
yeah, well, I would say, especially for a local business, like you're probably, connecting with lots of local businesses because you're like Miss New Bern, Ms. New Bern, I should say. But, yes, you need to have a page or a group on Facebook because people are looking there. There's lots of people who check out what's going on those sites. But in the end, you want to take them off in some way, especially to get onto your email list. Because if, let's say, all you have is a Facebook page where you're posting your menu or your daily deals or whatever it is, and let's say you post something that Facebook doesn't like and they shut you down. Well, if you haven't been collecting email addresses or sending people to your website so they have no other way to get to know you, you've just lost all those people. They're gone. Bye-bye. They're on to something else where they can get that information. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's so true. Wow. You nailed it.
You taught Wendy well.
How do folks find out how to reach you and how to learn all these good pieces of information that you have to share?
I am at Denise Wakeman everywhere. And I have, my website is denisewakeman.com, and then on any social platform you can find me at Denise Wakeman. I try to make sure it's consistent across the board so it's easy to find. And if you do a Google search, you're going to see like a lot.
Well, before we let you go, what's it like in California today?
It's a beautiful day. It's very spring-like, not too hot, not too cold, just right. I'm in LA and it's like the perfect weather here, just about all the time.
Wow.
Well, great meeting you, Denise.
It's nice meeting you too. And
I can't believe it. Oh my gosh. I'm just in awe. Thank you so much for everything. Because if it wasn't for you, New Bern now wouldn't exist. I mean, honestly. And I thank you.
Thank you for that. That's so sweet and kind of you. And I just love seeing what you're doing. And I am coming to New Bern one of these days, seriously. And we're going to plan a hike.
Sounds like a plan. We'll do it. And also sign up for Marketing Trailblazers community, right?
marketingtrailblazers.co, not .com. But there's links on the website too.
Okay. Well, Denise, thank you so much. It's great seeing you.
Thank you. It's great to
meet you. Thank you. Great to meet you.
Have a wonderful day.
Too. All right. You too.
Okay.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. Just in time. It's 1:59.
Wow, that was incredible.
Good timing.
Yeah, and I just real quick to note, when I originally contacted her, I don't know how many months ago, to get on her schedule for this, I said 1:40, whatever time. Well, she was assuming it was Pacific time, not Eastern Standard. So I think it was yesterday when she says, just double checking, is that 1:40 like BT? And I'm like, oh my gosh. So. But I'm glad it all worked out. It was great seeing her and the chief. And let's get to the question. One thing I do have to announce, I screwed up my dear friend, Lovey Singleton, I call her. She's having a grand opening on May 21st.
Tomorrow.
It's tomorrow, Friday. at the Veterans Employment Base Camp and Organic Garden is reopening, and their new location is 1235 Pollock Street. So please come out to their, they open at 11 a.m. tomorrow. The ribbon cutting is at noon, and the garden tours will be open till 2 p.m. So please go see her. I made a misprint on the initial thing that went out, so I just wanted to confirm that.
And it's at the end of Pollock Street, behind the Mexican bakery, and close to the intersection of Pollock and First. And they have a nice sign out there now, so I feel like you can't miss the place, and you'll see all the green growing and the umbrellas and things. So
we're so happy for her. I mean, they just got destroyed by Hurricane Florence, and we're so happy. And okay, we ready to do the trivia answer?
I think we are.
Okay.
We are.
Okay, folks, anyone listening out there? Okay, if you're listening live, you can answer. If you answer after the show, it doesn't count. The question is, where can you find a large collection of North Carolina books about legends, tall tales, ghost stories, weather wisdom, and all kinds of interesting things locally? Any answers? Anyone?
You got any?
I don't see anyone.
I didn't see any either the last time I looked.
Okay.
No answers. Okay. What is it, you guys?
I'd say the Next Chapter bookstore.
That's what I was thinking. Right downtown.
Yeah.
Gonna try it again? Actually, they probably do have a large collection of those things. I should.
The Triumph Palace gift shop.
And they probably have a large collection. Yeah, I guess I really need to call Kathy for any historical trivia questions, local ones. It's the Kellenberger room.
At the library. Okay. I'm thinking purchasing.
I almost guessed that, but I thought the Kellenberger room was more geared towards like history and genealogy. So when you said the tall tales and ghost stories and things like that, I thought, well, I don't think that's the Kellenberger room, which just goes to show that you learn something new every day.
Yeah. And our dear friend and my New Bern twin, Bobby Waters, says the library. So great job, Bobby. I think we'll give it to her. We haven't given a gift certificate. Yeah. Thank you.
The Kellenberger room is at the library, and that's where you need to go.
There you go. And so are we ready to wrap it? Is that a wrap?
I think that's a wrap. Be sure to send your announcements before we go. Be sure to send your announcements, your stories, your events. If you have suggestions, questions, ideas for this show, we're happy to add events to the calendar on the New Bern Now website. And as far as reaching out to us for announcements, stories, suggestions, you can email Wendy at info@newbernnow.com. You can also call her at 252-259-6853. We're going to be back here next week on May 27th for the New Bern Now Podsquad, and we'll be Zooming live on Facebook. So be sure to join us. And then Wendy spends a lot of time editing and puts all of that beautiful stuff just about anywhere you find podcasts. So on iTunes, YouTube, all kinds of places. And then we can't drop off without saying thanks to WNOS 103.9 FM that plays the podcast every Wednesday at 8 and 5.
Yeah. And one last thing, people keep asking, are we going to go like in person with the Podsquad? And we are. I'm relearning how to do all that stuff, but I see that in the near future, getting out and exploring, getting to know the different businesses and nonprofits. And so we're looking forward to that. And with that said, that's a wrap, folks, right?
That's a wrap.
Thanks for listening. Have a great day. See you later.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Thanks, Kathy.